Today we want to talk about the simplest possible way to go plant-based and get your health back. And don't worry, you don't need a bunch of crazy cooking skills. No, cooking does not need to be a part-time job.
It's funny because the approach we're going to talk about today isn't just for beginners. It's usually what plant-based veterans come back to because it's the most sustainable way to cook and to eat.
The goal is that we convince you to start the easy way and not the hard way, which is to get a bunch of cookbooks and try to make a bunch of complicated recipes with tons of ingredients and complicated shopping lists and meal planning. It's so much easier than that.
A really great place to start, if you haven't already, is eliminating dairy, meat, and oil. If you get rid of those three things, you're off to a really great start because those ingredients in your everyday cooking or wherever you're eating, whether it's at home or out, are what's keeping you sick, unhealthy, and unhappy.
And they're in everything. Before I did this, I never had gone a day without dairy, meat, oil. Oh my gosh. You say eliminate oil to somebody, they lose it. It's starting to become normal to say eliminate seed oils.
Yeah.
But then those same people are like, cook with beef tallow. The problem with the meat, the dairy, and the oil is that they're highly concentrated foods. They have a lot of things added. Like, by the way, meat isn't just meat. It's got tons of oil, tons of salt. Oftentimes the salt is literally like juiced into it. These are not single ingredient foods. Everybody's like,
that one ingredient, meat, that's healthy.
no, there's so much more in these things that the animals are taking in, all the drugs, antibiotics, oh, cage-free, this, that. Yeah, well, no one's doing it. And when you go to a restaurant and you think you're eating all of this healthy, organic, this and that, you're probably not. You're way too trusting of others when it comes to your health. So if you can eliminate the dairy, the meat, and the oil, Reeves is right, you're gonna be off to a really great start. Is it gonna be enough for you to completely reverse your worst problems? Maybe not. But it might be. I'm not even saying you have to be perfect at this. You don't have to totally eliminate these things. It's way easier to do that. I highly recommend it. You need to give it up to at least enough of an extent that you're gonna feel that. For me, it's eliminating those things. You eliminate those things for a week, 2 weeks, you're gonna be like, okay, I do feel the difference. And replace it with something that's just obviously plain, simple, and healthy that will still fill you up.
That's where a lot of people get tripped up because they say, dairy and meat, that's the majority of my grocery list. If I take those away, what's left to actually eat?
Potatoes, sweet potatoes, lentils, rice, quinoa, corn, peas, oatmeal.
Every healthy vegetable you can think of.
All the beans, all the legumes are gonna be so much healthier. And they're definitely gonna fill you up. And there's plenty of protein in these foods. You want some more protein? Have a little soy, have some tofu, tempeh. I always tell people don't make that your main ingredient because they're higher in fat. And we wanna keep this diet really low in fat. And you're gonna be left feeling so much better. You're gonna get results and you're gonna see, okay, something's going on here. Somebody was lying to me and these guys are telling the truth now. I didn't go into this drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? I went into this like, I need to rule this out because it's clearly BS. And I did it, and it was so obviously not BS that I never went back. How many people have told us the exact same story?
It's really hard to like bust some of these preconceived notions you have around these things, like carbs are bad for you. But when you actually try it and you get the feedback of how you feel, you start to realize, oh yeah, okay. That makes sense.
At least take out the meat, dairy, oil, you're gonna feel a lot better.
So unfortunately you have a freezer, fridge, and pantry full of the items that you don't wanna eat anymore. That's okay. Toss them, donate them, whatever you gotta do, get them completely out of the house. Then you're gonna go to the store. You're gonna buy a 5-pound bag of potatoes. You're gonna buy single ingredient frozen vegetables. You're also gonna buy a single ingredient frozen brown rice, single ingredient, no salt added if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Canned vegetables.
Canned beans. And we have tons of videos that are just no chop recipes, freezer stuff, throw it in, get started. This will get you through that first week.
And you might even want to up those bag of potatoes to maybe a 10-pounder. Scrub them and bake them and eat them all week long. Just think, oh, a baked potato bar at every meal. What can I put on top of my baked potato today? I'll open up that can of beans. Maybe I'll throw a little salsa on top. But the thing is, don't think about it at first like recipes. Just think about assembling ingredients and then you won't be as intimidated to try it.
I don't want you to have to make a big, long, complicated list. Just go grab some stuff. Watch some of our no chop, easy videos. If you need some inspiration, give it a shot because you can make the easiest meals that don't have to be recipes.
You could start today.
Definitely.
Your next meal. You could start your next meal.
And you don't have to say anything is forever. That can be a really intimidating way of thinking. Look, I'm done with meat forever. No, but you ought to experience life without it for a minute because you might want to be done with meat forever. over. That's what happened to me.
So we mentioned a few, but what are some other super simple meals that people can make using these really basic ingredients?
Wraps. We love to just get the lavash from Trader Joe's and use that for a lot of things, like make a hummus, put it on a wrap, maybe with some veggies and fresh ingredients to go with it.
Some beans inside.
Again, if you don't want to chop those veggies, you can get the prepared stuff from the store that's already ready to go in the bags. You can roast them or you can leave them raw.
Here's a real easy one. Breakfast. Just eat oatmeal every single day. Whatever you're eating before, forget about it. You're eating oatmeal now. It's so simple. Honestly, if you got the space for it in your home, go out and get a 25-pound bag of oats, because you're gonna go through it if you're eating it every day, and it's gonna cost you pennies on the dollar per serving.
You don't have to get that much yet. That's a lot.
I'm daring you to, though.
We do. I buy 50 pounds at a time, you guys. Do not buy the oatmeal packets. We're working on some that we're gonna sell you. It might take a year, but the oatmeal packets are garbage, first of all, full of sugar. Second of all, they're like a mouthful of food.
Yeah, they are so small.
I mean, it's not enough food. Anyway, make oatmeal.
And all you gotta do is top it with some frozen fruit and cinnamon, and you're good to go. What about other meals? I like to make a bunch of potatoes ahead of time and then just have them in the fridge. Sometimes when I'm desperate, I'll just grab a potato out of the fridge and take a bite or dip it in hummus. Cold potatoes and hummus is actually delicious, but once you got the potatoes baked already, then you can slice them and bake them again to make the best oil-free French fries you've ever had. Forget about what a perfect plate should look like, or do I need to eat this with that, or you can eat healthy French fries as a meal. So don't think that every meal has to be like, oh, I need a side and a salad and a soup and an entree. Soups and stews are what we usually eat for lunch and dinner.
Chili is an example of that. On the baked potatoes, amazing. There's already beans in the chili that's gonna get you full. Now you add a potato too, you're gonna be really full and satisfied from that meal, and it's really easy. Like, you can make a chili that is pretty much dump cans of beans, tomatoes, some herbs and spices, whatever. You can get a bag of frozen veggies for like the bell pepper and the onion. Just too easy not to do. The microwave frozen brown rice is great. Yeah, try to switch to brown rice. If you're used to white, try to switch to brown. It's gonna give you better results.
You could definitely do like a sushi bowl or a burrito bowl, because those are familiar.
But at the end of the day, it's not a measured thing. You don't need to measure out every little thing. You can just add some seasoning, taste it, and see how it goes. And if you need to work toward that, great, you got something to work toward. Some people, they need a recipe. And if that's you, great, I support you. We have hundreds.
10-minute meals are the best recipes to start with.
And we have whole long cooking shows on YouTube, free, of our 10-minute meals cooking shows. Do Well Your World recipes. Our recipes are purposely made to be really simple, with no fancy cooking techniques, regular ingredients you can get anywhere.
And there's gonna be moments where you simply don't have the time or the energy to make even the simplest meals that we were talking about today.
That's where Well Your World comes in. We know, because we've been in this situation, and we've needed even easier than the easier that we make in our recipe videos for you. And that is Well Your World products. Our Well Your World products are no added salt, oil, sugar. They comply with our way of eating, and if you want salt, you sprinkle it on top. I'm not selling food, which I am. I'm selling you your time. And that is the most important thing, because when you have to prepare all of your food all the time in order to reach these health goals that we have, it does take more time. It's just really convenient to have ready-made sauces, pasta sauce, pizza sauce to make a lavash pizza. That's a really great, fast, easy meal, by the way. Our soup mixes, where you just throw them in the Instant Pot, add water, and you're done. I'm not saying you eat them at every meal, but they're gonna save you time so that you don't just give in and go to the store and buy junk food.
Yeah, they can just be in your pantry as your insurance policy.
I think you're gonna find you like them, and you want them more often than that. We also have a lot of pantry staples, like our date powder we've talked about. We make it the world's best nutritional yeast, spice blends, and things like that. The spice blends are so helpful for beginners because, again, you don't have to measure, you just shake a little on your food. I hope this helps all of you beginners to feel not intimidated, to feel ready to go and to take this on. That's the biggest thing. And we want you to know that you have our support. Join our community, go to the Facebook group, join our cooking show membership if you want to get that rah feeling with people that are going through this just like you are. It sounds a little kumbaya, but boy is it effective, and it's special, and makes you feel like you can really take this on and make these changes.
Good luck, you got this. Let us know what your hangups might be in the comments below, and we'll talk about it on the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.